I'm going to turn to Alvin.
Oh.
Because, just because he's pretty.
I am.
So welcome back, review.
I like being pretty. Okay.
Yeah, what do you think of this movie?
Well, I was really excited for Cowboys and Aliens. I mean, you have this great all-star cast, right? I mean, Olivia Wilde isn't up there yet, but I mean, she's making a good case, just I guess with her looks. I suppose that's pretty much most of what she brings to the table. You know, I mean, like what? I mean, what are you gonna say? Other acting talent?
That's ridiculous. What actress is known for acting?
Not really sure what she brings to the table for that arena. But, I mean, you got Harrison Ford, you got what's-his-face from 007, I mean, and it's Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
I love Jon Favreau, you know? So I was definitely excited for this. Now, with that said, this movie was a huge letdown. And I was pretty disappointed by it. I think that most of my disappointment has been from my experience on this podcast and how you guys have turned me from a movie lover into a movie critic. And
we've ruined you.
I'm ruined. Like, this should have been a fun movie. And it wasn't. And I blame you, Steve.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not ruined yet.
Yeah. All right. So let me tell you this. Like,
give it to
like the thing that really stuck out for this movie was that you have like this all-star cast that was doing like a really great Western movie, right? And like that's it the bulk of the time. But then you have these scenes that are mixed up in there that was like goofy slapstick.
Yeah.
So it felt like this movie it was like two different movies. It was like this identity crisis and it didn't know what it was supposed to be.
They realized the concept was kind of silly, and so they were like playing up to that at times, but most of the time they took it seriously.
No, I love the acting from what's his name, 007. Daniel Craig, yeah. Daniel Craig, Harrison Ford, they were really into their Western roles, okay? The sheriff, totally into it. The preacher, totally into it. Doc, he was like a loser. He didn't belong in that movie.
Oh, see, he was really
goofball.
good. I really liked him.
He's the quintessential Western character that is kind of soft and doesn't really fit into the hardened cowboys around him.
I understand the character.
I mean, he's a standard role from Western.
I understand that. It's cliched. His acting was weak. You know, like
how dare you speak ill of Sam Rockwell?
I was really annoyed. I was really annoyed by him.
You.
I was really annoyed. Big disappointment. But fine. Newbie. What do you have to bring to the table?
You know,
Chris is gonna slap you
because I knew that I was gonna have to be sitting here and talking about it in this somewhat critically in a somewhat intelligent manner. I did look a lot more critically at it, and there were a lot of questions I had that weren't answered that didn't make sense to me. But as a whole, I really enjoyed it. I think they did really well with the, like you said, with the whole Western theme, and they got me on that. And then the aliens, the introduction of the aliens was really good. I thought that it did really well with aliens and really well with cowboys. I thought it. I really liked it. I thought it was really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I had really high expectations.
I had really low expectations.
It's amazing. And then I read some of the reviews, and so that dampened that a bit.
Okay.
So I actually really enjoyed this. I kind of knew going into it that it was going to be tonally a little off kilter, just because that's what the reviews have been saying. That it took this concept that is, a silly, fun concept, but took it very seriously, but not entirely. Like, there were moments where it was like, yes, this is stupid, and so I knew that what was going to happen. And because of that, I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. It was a great time. That the aliens were terrifying. I thought they were really scary.
Commentary on the expansion, but
yeah.
My biggest fault in this movie was when Olivia Wilde came back to life. Because I was sitting there and they realized, oh wait, we just killed the only female character in this movie. Now we have another 45 minutes without her? No, she's coming back. So
and she's coming back naked.
How do we do that? Okay, let's make her an alien. But she took a human form so she wouldn't get scary and confusing.
And somehow burning her brings her back to life.
Yeah. Like a phoenix.
Yeah. That was weak. There was definitely
the part
weaknesses.
that I was like, what in the world is going on here? Because they never really explained also how she got to Earth. Like, she just appeared here.
Yeah.
And that
Space taxi.
I kind of felt like that was kind of an unanswered question
Yeah.
that I had.
Absolutely.
How did she get there?
How did she get there? Like, I understand, like, the rest of her people died, or maybe some of her people died, I don't know, and somehow she can mutate and transform. She has phoenix powers, but they only work one time. You know, like, I don't get it. Like, it's just...
Yeah, they don't work when she goes in a fireball in the sky.
She explodes.
But if you're in a fireball on Earth, it's okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, there are
she
definite
exploded
flaws.
when the thing exploded.
What,
She
you
was
think
just
the Phoenix-
tossed on a fire before. So,
It's a
Like,
phoenix
why,
powers.
if they're just mining for gold,
No.
why do they need to even bother with the people? That part of it didn't make sense.
No.
And I actually thought Harrison Ford's acting was atrocious.
What?
I thought he was awful. This is the worst I've ever seen him. This seemed like he was dialing it in. I mean, it seemed like he was just playing himself. Like, I'm a grouchy old man.
Gruff old man voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I thought he was terrible.
The only part where I really bought him was when he was holding Adam Beach, who was amazing, in the end, and he's like, I always wanted it to sound like... That was the part where I was like, he hasn't completely lost it. Because I saw him in another movie that he was in since, in Morning Glory.
Yeah,
And the whole time I was like, old man. where did Indiana Jones go? So this movie I was thinking the same thing. Like, where did Indiana Jones go? And he was like hobbling over the rocks, and those skinny black pants were just...
I mean, I liked that he was a bad guy in this movie.
Oh, I had no problem with that. I just thought his acting was bad.
Really?
It was just like, with that scene where he's like, I want him, give him to me. And it was just like he was doing a caricature.
Is that a credit to his acting or a credit to the writing? The fact that you didn't like him.
I think it could have been pulled off if he had actually tried to act.
Mm-hmm.
I just think he was doing a caricature of a grouchy old man.
Nah, I didn't see that, but
Cowboys and Aliens or Thor?
No,
the Battle of the Pecs.
No, come on.
There weren't a whole lot of pecs in it.
There weren't a lot of pecs, and they weren't that good.
Had his shirt off for a while.
No, he didn't.
He did. He did because of his wound. When she comes in, when they're in the ship,
she's watching him, and it's kind of creepy.
Right. Okay,
it was really creepy.
Yeah, that was so creepy. I kind of...
It's because she was an alien and she doesn't understand human decency problems. And
yeah, seriously.
When she came out of the fire, she was naked and didn't seem to
She didn't
notice.
seem to care, and she comes in and she's like, does it hurt?
I think I liked Thor better.
Thor was so much better.
Yeah.
He's definitely way hotter.
Yeah.
Come on.
I liked Thor better because I had really...
How come
really
whenever
low
Thor becomes part of the
expectations for that
conversation, our film criticisms come down to who is hotter?
And notice I did not start this conversation.
I didn't either.
Look, it doesn't matter how we got there. The point is that
we got there.
This is the metering stick, okay?
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, I don't think
Thor.
I don't think that's the meter stick. I don't think the hotness is the metering stick. I had really, really low expectations for Thor because I thought the previews didn't do it justice at all. I thought it was just going to be horrible. So when I went in and I was I laughed, I felt sad, I was entertained. I was really impressed by it. Because I think that his character is just ridiculous, and I think the movie was really, really good. Like one of the better ones I've seen of the comic book genre. So I was really impressed with Thor.
Yeah,
more impressed I think than Cowboys and Aliens.
I agree.
Absolutely,
This is a movie. Thor's a movie that never it never forgets what it is.
Yeah,
it's very clear. This is a fun summer movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't take itself too seriously, but it does everything really well.
Yeah,
and.
Well, I think what's the best thing about Thor is that the real people keep it real.
Yeah.
They say, they kind of point out how ridiculous it is.
Right.
And I think that's what's really good about it.
Yeah.
So, I say Thor.
Brian?
Thor.
With a few tweaks, I probably would put Cowboys and Aliens above Thor. But, I'm going to have to go with Thor as well.
Yeah.
Because, everything about Thor, well, not everything about Thor, because I think there were parts in Thor that were just kind of ridiculous as well, but I think the directing was better, the writing was better.
Absolutely.
So, I mean,
the acting was really good. Natalie Portman was
the
amazing.
acting was really good in Thor, but I thought the acting was very good in Cowboys and Aliens as well. So it's not that
It's a push in that.
It's a push, but it's
I think
just like
also,
a few tweaks in the story, and I would put Cowboys and Aliens in.
I think also nobody expected Thor to be good, and most people expected Cowboys and Aliens to be good. So that's a factor.
Well, I expected Cowboys and Aliens to be a summer movie, and that's what I got. But, I mean, I didn't get as fun a summer movie as I had hoped.
Yeah.
My chest and open it up and
Hey, it's their physiology. Don't make fun of their physiology. They don't make fun of your